Hello, my name is Queen Ogino Barme, and I'm here to share with you the light I got while studying the book of Esther. In the book of Esther, there are two personalities, and that's Queen Vashti and Queen Esther. Before Queen Esther came to become the Queen Esther that we know, from the very first chapter, it was Vashti that was the queen. And we're told of what happened in the scripture, that Vashti was called upon by the king, and Vashti refused to go. Now, that was what drew the king's anger. Why will I call upon you and you won't come? Now, look at something that happened. Before anything happens, God has planned this. God has ordained many things, and God knows us. He sees ahead of us. He knows what we're capable of doing. Now, Vashti was a kind of queen that was more after herself, that was more after her beauty, that was more after how she's to be honored. Now, there is going to become a time in that kingdom when the Jews will be in danger. God has seen that. Vashti did not have the capacity to handle that situation. God has seen it. God knows it. And he has already gotten it. It's very easy for us to say, oh, Queen Vashti just disobeyed, and then she was removed from the throne, and then Queen Esther came in, and that was how everything changed. Really? Was the offense Vashti committed so grievous that she will be removed totally? When they were deliberating on a matter, what made them not to say, okay, we'll push her outside, then bring in another wife for you? But did you see the judgment that came upon Vashti? She was removed totally from the throne. And Esther was brought in. God has already seen Esther because he created Esther. He has known who Esther is because he knows us more than we know ourselves. He knows that Esther will be able to handle certain situations than any other maiden that came in. And that was why Esther got that position. Now look at what happened. When Haman was planning evil against the people of the Jew, Esther was so fast to reason, what do? I need to go on the fast. She had wisdom to seek God's face. What do you think would have happened if Queen Vashti was the one on the throne? It's easy for us to say, oh, it was because it concerned Esther's people. But no, Esther has that heart. From what we have studied in the book of Esther, we can tell that Esther has a very good heart. Esther's heart is pure. Esther's heart is loving. Now, when the king has taken her in, she knew how to respect her place, how to place her value on herself. And when trouble came, she applied wisdom to it, which Queen Vashti would not have been able to do. If Queen Vashti was to be a Jew, and this issue came up that they were going to attack the Jews and destroy them, Queen Vashti wouldn't have known what to do. So Esther was the one engraced with God's wisdom. And so when these things happened, what did Esther do? Esther took up courage, went before the Lord first to seek wisdom. She was applying wisdom She didn't just go out and start saying, because I'm the king's favorite. Oh king, Haman wants to destroy my people. No, you must not allow it. Or trying to look for what to do to make the king happy. No, she first went before the Lord in 3 days fast. After the fast, she went before the king. God has seen Esther to be a woman who is of the fear of God. Who are you today as a woman? Are you Queen Vashti or you Queen Esther? What exactly are you thinking about? How do you see yourself every single day? Do you know the value of yourself? Do you have value for yourself at all? Do you even know who you are? Or you're just like Queen Vashti, who thinks that she's placing value on herself by being disobedient? Yes, Vashti was looking for honor. A woman of virtue does not look for honor. Honor comes to her. Vashti was more after who will honor her, who will respect her, who will make her feel like, oh yes, you are truly the queen, the king's favorite. But Esther was not after that. Esther was after the impact that needed to be made. Esther was more after the lives, the heart of the people. She had the heart of people with her. She had the passion for lives, passion to make impact in her. And so God saw this and favored her, made her the queen. I'm not saying that, yes, now we said Vashti was removed. That's what some persons are beginning to look at and beginning to bring in to themselves. And if a woman is not doing right, she should be removed. Let a better person come in. No, that's not what we're saying. We're talking about you as a person, who you are as a person. You don't need someone to be removed before you are put in for you to know your value. No. We're talking about you now as a person, that you are, as a woman. Do you realize the value you have? Do you realize that you are meant to be valued? You are filled up with potentials inside of you. Or you just wake up, oh, the latest thing. I want to wear the latest wig. I want to wear the latest things. I want to have the latest everything, just like Vatish. Are you Vatish or you Esther? Do you think about the impact of people? Do you think of how you can help people to outgrow their weaknesses? Do you think about how much impact you can make in life of people? Or you just think about how you can be known and be seen for yourself? Because if Vashti was a woman that would be able to handle the situation coming ahead, God would not have allowed her to be dethroned. God would have still preserved her there. The highest order would have been they would have given her a punishment. After the punishment, she will learn her lesson and she'll continue. But God has seen it. This one coming in is only going to be after the fashion. It's only going to be after her beauty. She doesn't have anything to offer. That's all she's after. Like, I want to look the most beautiful. When I'm coming out, let people see that I am blessed with everything. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't look good, but all our major focus was on material things. That she was not bothering about impacts. She was not bothering about value. Vashti was not concerned about value for anything or anybody. So you as a person, as a woman today, I'm asking you, as a young lady today, if not until you're married before you know that you are blessed and you're valuable, who are you? Are you Queen Vashti? I want us to study this Queen Esther. Can you go back to this Queen Esther book and look at it, study it. Look at the two different personalities. Look at the life of Esther. She was never concerned about her beauty. Imagine if she was after her beauty, she wouldn't have taken the 3 days fast. She would have been like, oh, if I fast now, I'm going to lose my weight. I'm going to look somehow. And I don't want the king to ever see that I lost weight or I'm looking malnourished. She wasn't after that. She went for the fast. And after the fast, she went before the king. That's because she knew that impact was far more than material things. And what did she get in return? The blessings of the Lord. So today, I'm also telling you, be the Queen Esther. Be the woman of value. Because God has placed so much inside of you, far beyond what you ever imagine. You are more than you can think about. It's time for you to look inside of you now and ask yourself, how much value am I creating? How much value am I putting in place? What exactly am I doing right now? What have I been able to add to my society? What am I bringing to the table for my husband? What am I bringing to the table for my place of work, where I work, with my children, outside the world, outside my family? What am I bringing out? Is it just all about you? Do you think about other people's well-being? Do you think about other people's life? How to help people? Or you're just after yourself? Wow. When I studied the book of Queen Esther, when I studied Esther, the chapters of Esther, I sat down to meditate on it, and I saw this two personality. Vashti, the woman after material things, after herself, selfish, herself alone. And Esther, the one who is concerned about impacting lives. You can see it even in her choice of what to give to the king. She didn't say, oh, I know what to give to the king. She asked, what do you think the king would like? And that was another favor for her. She had the wisdom in her. The wisdom, the fear of God. She knows she has to seek God first before she seek man. So she went before the Lord, and then God increased her wisdom. And when she went before the king, she had the favor of the king. There's nothing that happens by mistake. There's nothing that happens by mistake. You are not a mistake. So I want you to know that you're not a mistake. Sit down, put together, tell yourself, who have I really been? Am I Queen Vashti or am Queen Esther? I pray that God will continue to help us all to understand the scripture. I know you studied the scripture, and I would like you to share with me also what you learned. When you watch this video, share with me what you also notice while studying that scripture. Why don't we all interact together and see how much we will impact one another? Have a wonderful day. Thank you.